Hi, hello, welcome back to another episode of Mimi's Musings podcast. I'm your host Gungo Mildred, and I'm so happy that you've joined me on another Wednesday for another amazing episode. Now, I'm very sleepy. Let me just get that out. And I've decided to record this. It's at 10 p.m. and I'm already sleepy. I've just finished watching the movie, and so I wanted to record it while it's still fresh in my mind before I go to sleep. But as life will have it, the moment I start, preparing to record this, my neighbor decides to open her door and she's playing gospel music right now, which is not bad. It's okay. Any other day I would be okay with it, but not on a day that I'm recording because I don't know. If you hear it in the background, forgive me. Understand it's not in my house, it's in my neighbor's house, and I don't want to put this off until tomorrow, or I don't know when. I just want to get done with these recordings and edit them and put them up whenever I have a little Wi-Fi so that, I never miss a day. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on. And it's quiet right now, as it was quiet before I started recording. But maybe she'll go back to playing the music. I don't know. Either way, forgive me if you hear the music in the background. Now, if you listened to last Wednesday's episode, I'm so sorry. That thing was long. Like, I recorded it and I spoke the first part where I usually do like this talk. I spoke for around 10 minutes, just talking about my Sunday and how I went to church and everything that happened over there and stuff like that. And then when I was editing, I was like, oh my God, there's a lot that I did not put. And I mean, there's a lot that I put that wasn't supposed to be there, and I could talk about all those things in another episode, which I was like, yeah, I'll join them, and they'll be for Saturday, this coming Saturday. So I had to delete a bunch of it, and then the first part where I usually say I'm going to give a review of this particular movie, I realized while I was editing that I didn't say the name of the movie that I was going to be reviewing before I now start talking about the movie. So it sounds off. I know. I'm sorry. And then, I don't know. That thing was just super long. Like, by the time I was finishing recording the whole of it, it came to, I think, 49 minutes, or it hit 50. And it's a review. I just didn't want to be that super long. So I had to cut a lot of things. And while I was recording it, I don't know where my mind was. That day, it was just so chaotic, that Sunday evening. Because there was a lot that I cut out. People were going up and down the stairs. People were talking. People were making noise. Doors were being shut and stuff. Like, I had to cut out a lot of stuff. So the end product ended up being the way it was. But I mean, it still got out. And if you listen to it, thank you so much. If you didn't go back to listen, just understand that this job comes with a lot of struggles, especially when you cannot afford a studio or a private place where you can just go and record. Like when you're sharing an apartment with other people, like an apartment building with other people, you cannot control what other people are doing. So if you did listen and if you noticed those things, forgive me, okay? So yeah, today I'm going to be giving a review of a Kenyan movie called Ni Sisi. Ni Sisi is a 2013 Kenyan movie. It's a political movie written by Nick Redding, directed by Nick Redding, and produced by Christine Savani and Kamau Wandungu. The cast members include Jackie Vike, she plays Roxana, Joseph Wairimu plays Jabali, Doreen Mwajuma plays Scholar, Peter King Zioki plays Mzito, Peter Paul plays Jemu, Godfrey Ojiambo plays Tall, Ali Mohammed plays Alfayo, Triza Musimbi plays Pastor Maria, Christine Savani plays Zuena, amongst other cast members. Now, if you love spoilers like me, continue with this, continue listening, continue watching. If you do not like spoilers, please go to Netflix, watch the movie. It's titled Ni Sisi, or if you don't find that title, it's called also It's Us, like the English version. And then come back and tell me if you agree with me or if you do not, because this is official spoiler alert. Ni Sisi is a political movie, as I said. I do not like anything to do with politics. Like I follow them just to know, like, because I live in this country and I have to know what is happening around me. But like watching a political movie is not something I will do. I started watching it, like I had read the synopsis. I knew it was going to be, a little bit political. But then when I started watching it, the way it starts with the national anthem playing, and these people are there, blah blah blah, moving around, and it looked like a stage play. So this actually, Nisisi is actually a stage play that was turned into a movie, which was something very good that they did. Like it came out after the post election violence of 2007, and after that they turned it into a movie which went ahead to win a couple of awards around the globe actually. So that was a very very good thing. Now when I started watching this movie, I almost left because I didn't want to. The way it started, the national anthem, and the way they were talking, I saw someone like Joseph Oerimo, because I've seen him before. He was in Nairobi Half Life, and he does stage plays as well, actually, right now. I saw him and I was like, okay, he's done a lot of Kenyan movies, yeah. But then when I was just about to cancel, I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch, I think it's called Mvera, which is the next Kenyan movie that I'm supposed to be watching. Before I left, I saw Jackie Vike. And this is Jackie Vike siku za kitambo. Like this is 2013 Jackie Vike. Bado alikuwa ameparara kiasi, or maybe it was just the way the movie was shot at the time. But yo, but she's the one who made me stay, by the way. She's the one who made me watch it. Actually, if it wasn't her, I wouldn't have watched this movie. And that's just being honest, because as I said, I do not like political movies. So anyway, they start with singing the national anthem, and then it's like a stage play. So they were mixing between the two. That's how I was like interested and intrigued, like why are they doing a stage play and also the movie. So the dialogue was moving on, like between the movie and the stage play, and that was, I just found that to be very very clever, I think. I don't know, but yeah, they kept doing that. So they will show stage and the cast will be on the stage, they're acting for this group of people, then they will turn to them being in the movie and on set and stuff like that. So it's a political movie, and it starts with Jackie Vike is coming to this neighborhood. This neighborhood has been living peacefully for many many years. They're best friends. They're these women who are best friends. Like they treat each other's kids as if they're their own, and like it's just a very close knit community. But then there's this man, Mr. Mzito, and his wife, very terrible people, by the way, and he's vying for political seat. So when Roxana comes to this place, she is cousins with Jabali, and he goes to pick her up from the bus station. So they come back home, and that's where it all begins. So there's this lady, I think that was Zuena, or who was it? My God, I forgot the names already. But there was this lady who was very, very bad. Like she just had a terrible tabia. She was a daughter to one of the ladies who are friends. And so Roxana's mom had offed herself after something very tragic had happened to her, I think after the post-election violence. So she stayed in the hospital for a while. She was depressed and everything. It was very, very bad. Like they forced themselves on her, and so she couldn't live with that or something, and so she offed herself. And after she did that, that's when Roxana came to live with her aunt, that is Jabali's mom. And so they were living together. And this other lady, as I said, she kept reminding Roxana about her mom and just making fun of her. And Roxana was just quiet. So they go to this shop and they find Toll is employed by Mzito. I think that's his name. My God, that is Peter King Zioki's character. So Toll works in his shop as the shop attendant, and so he likes listening to music. He's a very poetic guy, and so these people come and they want to buy something from there, but he offers something to Roxana for free because he was interested. And Roxana is into deep things like poetry and stuff. And so they have a connection. So that other lady is not happy about that because she wanted to get something for free from Toll. And so after some time, she comes back to the shop. And this man, Mzito, he sees her and he's interested in her even though he's married, and he wants to make a pass at her. He uses Jabali to get to her, like writing her, letters and stuff. And so she reads them thinking that they're from him, that he's the one who was writing them, but in truth, it's Toll who was writing them, who was like telling them what to write because he's the poet and she's into poetry. And then he goes like, I'm tired of all this courtship. I want to see her. So she comes to talk to him and she asks him some questions, which he does not answer the way she wanted him to answer. And then she leaves. Toll follows her and she finds out that it's him who was doing that. So apparently they fall in love and they get married. So after the marriage, now this Mzito is now even more upset. And then because he's vying for a political seat, he sets to divide the two communities in that neighborhood. So one of the communities was called Watiriri, and the other one I didn't get to know the name. But he was like, these Watiriri people are bad, they're thieves, they're nini. He starts instigating fear and just to make these people stop being harmonious. He starts calling them like, this community are witches and, they practice witchcraft and they are the ones who are making us not have money in our community, blah, blah, blah. He even goes to church, but like this lady who was a pastor, and she is from the same community as Mzito. So he goes and seduces her into accepting him to go to her church to talk to the congregants. And when he goes there, he starts again instigating the fear and telling rumors and stuff. His wife, on the other hand, is also doing that with the women. She's telling them lies, she's telling them this. A lot of rumors start spreading around, and soon the two communities starts clashing and friends turn against friend, and they end up killing because Toll and Roxana come from two different communities. So Roxana is from the Watiriri community and Toll isn't. And so these people come and they were trying to run away to go to the police station to spend the night there. Then in the morning they could run and get out of that community. But when they go to the police station, as they're going there, they meet these people burning things on the streets and stuff, and they attack them. Roxana is supposedly like attacked and killed, and her head is chopped off or something. So Jabali comes because they're cousins. Remember, he had gone home, he found his mom. They had killed Scholar's mom. I think she had a salon. They had lit it up on fire. She was inside, and so they had killed her, and so she ran to Jabali's mom's home. And so they were left there. Jabali comes home, finds the mom and Scholar trying to sleep. And then he leaves to go and find Chol and Roxana. And then he also arrives while they're doing all those things to Roxana. While he's screaming about them being killed, he wakes up. All of that was a dream. It's like a foreshadowing of what was going to happen because of all the rumors that these people are spreading. That is Zito and his wife. So he and Roxana and other young people in the community, they start talking, but being led by Roxana and Jabali. Roxana and Jabali go around telling the youth, like, do not listen. So every rumor they are told, they countered the rumor and they ask them, like, you've been living here for many years with these people, you know them, like, you understand that this man is telling you to hate your neighbor, to hate somebody that you have known your entire life, to push them out, and they do not know any other home. This is the only home they know. They were born here, they've been raised here, you know them, so why would you ask them to leave? And so the youth organize, and so this guy had Mzito had organized for some youth to come to where he was, and he wanted to tell them more rumors and more lies. Jabali records the thing, and so like things start happening the way he had dreamt. And so the moment he gets to the church, instead of him instigating people, actually he tried to instigate people, and there were these people who were agreeing with what he was saying. But then the plan that the youth had, Jabali, they play this recording of him saying that they should kill the other community, take advantage of the women to prove that they are men in their community and do all of these things. And so everybody refuses to listen to him. They kick him out, and the police are called because he was trying to tell people to go and take advantage of women and stuff, which is wrong. And so he ends up being arrested, and he's taken away by the police, and the community now they live as they were. So that is basically what the whole movie is all about. I'm not going to talk about everything. You can go and watch it on Netflix by yourself. As I said, it's called It's Us or Sisi. I just love the way it was organized. Them switching between the stage play and the movie. I mean, it was just such a good thing. At first, I was confused. Terribly confused. Because Jabali, that is Joseph Orimo, as I said, he acted on Nairobi Half-Life. And on Nairobi Half-Life was also playing a play. So there was a play within the movie, and he was part of it. So when I saw this, I was like, maybe he's doing the same thing, only to understand that no, it's the conversation is still going on, like the movie is moving forward. So it's not like pause and do this fast. No, it's like it's still going. It's not a play within a play. It's just the movie and the play are the same thing. They're talking about the same thing. It's the same movie. Just move on. So I love the way they did it. Now, what they were talking about is very important. As a Kenyan, you have to understand your beliefs. Like, I was listening to Jon Stewart today on the Daily Show, and he was talking about what is happening in Minnesota. And actually, it wasn't Jon Stewart. It was Jimmy Kimmel. I think so. Yeah, he's the one who said, do not or both of them said, maybe both of them said, but he was basically saying, because the ICE agents in the US, they killed this man who is a nurse while he was trying to defend this woman that the ICE agents were roughing around. And then the Republicans, they go on air and they say the opposite, like he was a domestic terrorist and all of these things. But there are videos of what happened, and these ICE agents killed this man, an unarmed man, because they had already taken his gun and stuff. And so Jimmy, I think it is Jimmy, or maybe both of them did, maybe even Jon Stewart said it. They were telling people, like, do not just listen to what other people are telling you is happening. Watch the video and see for yourself what is really happening. So coming back to Kenya, it's like, do not just listen to what the politicians are saying. They're liars. We have learned that this time they've been there. They have stolen, they have lied, they have instigated, they've done a lot of things, and we see those things. But then they go somewhere else and they say something opposite, and there's some stupid people who will still listen to them and understand them and, sympathize with them and still say that they should come back to being in power. So that stupidity should stop. You should be able to see for yourself, understand what is happening, try to think for yourself, and just move, accordingly, because we cannot be having the same people who are murderers, who are instigators of, hatred and tribalism and all of these things, and we still clap for them as if they know it all and we know nothing. We have to understand that just because somebody is called a mheshimiwa, and I put that in quotes, does not mean that they are all knowing and they are better than us. Because you have been given a little money, do not go out and beat up people. Like during the maandamano, people were going out peacefully protesting, and then this other stupid group of people were being paid to come out and disrupt what was happening, and then they were causing chaos. They were going to shops and stealing, starting fires and all of these things, only for the people who were, peacefully demonstrating to be blamed for what these thugs were doing. And these thugs had been paid. Like, imagine being given 200 shillings, something to go and drink and finish, or will eat for that day and finish, to go and commit atrocities to other citizens of the same country. And then tomorrow you'll see them and walk by them as if you did nothing stupid. And whatever they're fighting for, if it goes the way they want, it's still going to help you. Do you know how stupid you have to be to try and fight against the thing that is supposed to help you? So, yeah, like I wish that this play could be replayed again during the campaign season and just before the elections, these coming elections. I wish they could go back on the road and start doing Sisi again, just to remind people what happened, because I have a feeling I'm not going to talk about that because I don't want it to be said that I was propagating some things, but I wish they could go back on the roads with this play and show people what could happen should we listen to just the politicians. And not all of them are bad, but most of them are. So let's listen using our own ears. Let's see. Let's not be told, like, yeah, somebody was slapped and somebody else comes and say, no, 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 that was not a slap. They were just touching their cheeks lightly. See what you see and believe it. And try to understand the difference between performance and, real life. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say about this movie. It was a good movie. It spoke about things that are happening in Kenya. And most of the movies by the on Netflix that are Kenyan, they're all political somehow. I know Vera is also political. So, next Wednesday, but two. Can you say that? There's that one when I'll be watching Vera. I don't know. That's when I'll know because I've never watched them. I usually skip them because I see in this synopsis political blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not. But this one, I sort of liked it, and they were using accents that are Kenyan. Like I had a Luo accent, I had a Nini Meru accent, and all of this, and they were amazing. They reminded me of who I am and what people are fighting for, what we Kenyans should be fighting for. And let's just keep that in mind when the elections come. So, yeah, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because it wasn't supposed to entertain, it was supposed to educate. And as I said, I'll never give any of the movies a 10 out of 10. Like the day I'll give a movie a 10 out of 10, that movie will have touched me in ways that nobody can explain. And yeah, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. The characters were good. The way they were performing was amazing. The ladies were amazing. They danced, they did a lot of things. And if you went through what happened like in Kibra or Kibera in 2007 and you saw what happened and you watched this movie, my friend, like it will take you back because that opening sequence were like shots of the post-election violence. So that's how you were introduced to the movie. And when I saw that, I was just like, I don't want to cry. I don't want to be sad. But then I saw Jackie VK and I was like, okay, she's my home girl. Let me give her a chance and watch it. So it's nice. It's a nice movie. I don't have any notes on it because it was just talking about what happened and what happens every election period. Like, let's just not be stupid. That's all I can say. I give them, like, I clap for them and I'm very happy that this production exists and I wish that it could be shown all over Kenya. Like while they're this poor campaigning, while they're trying to lie to us, may we never forget what happened back then and may we never want to go back to the same situation ever again. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. There's nothing else to say. The acting was good. It was just Kenyan. Like, honestly, there are no notes I can give it that will make any difference or any changes. So, yeah, it was good. And I'll give it an 8 out of 10. So, yeah, go and watch it on Netflix just to remind yourself of what could happen and how easily people can just disrupt your peace if you let them. Okay, so after you do that, come and tell me if you liked it or if you did not in the comment section down below. Remember to follow me on Instagram, Mimi's Musings Podcast. Follow me on TikTok, Mimi's Musings Podcast. Make your orders for my cake, Mimi's Pastry Treats. Please come on, give me some business, okay? I'm dying out here. Tafadhalini, okay? And also remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I upload something new, you're going to be amongst the first people to come and watch, okay? Bye-bye now. Love you.